I'm going to be the face of boxing. Are you now?
I'm definitely face of boxing.
Then Lamont Roach comes into the ring and listen, regardless, like Lamont Roach came in there and he was confident. And I don't think a lot of people believed that he was going to be able to get it done against Tank. People thought that Tank was going to knock him out.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach clashed in a fiery face-off ahead of their rematch. Davis warned Roach to leave his family at home, expressing frustration with the ongoing trash talk. Emotions ran high as both fighters exchanged heated words, revealing the deeply personal nature of their rivalry.
Now I promise you, you better leave them home. You better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah.
Now watch this. Now watch.
They gonna be
Now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago?
You know how when they told you said how like I posted for Lomachenko, right? And like how he said like he was retired and things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like when he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment? Nah, but
The showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach has transcended being just another fight. It's become a pivotal chapter in both of their careers. Once viewed as an unstoppable power puncher, Davis was pushed to the limit in their first meeting, as Roach's composed and technical style exposed weaknesses many hadn't seen before. That performance not only earned Roach widespread respect, but also gave him the belief that he truly belongs among boxing's elite. What was once seen as a mismatch is now a rivalry filled with tension and uncertainty. This rematch represents more than redemption. It's a defining test that could reshape both fighters' legacies moving forward.
But they've known each other. These two have known each other for a while. Does Lamont Roach just understand a way to beat or frustrate Tank in a way that others don't? You know what I mean? Like, has he just found it, so to speak? Like, I have a lot I want to find out after that, because the first fight was so controversial. I think leaving it up to a draw is fine, whatever, even though under the letter of the law, Tank probably still lost this fight, and probably would have if they counted the knockdown when he took the knee. He blamed it on Greece. Roach a real shot, even though I still would say Tank figures it out and gets it done and takes it more seriously this time.
Yeah, I think that because they're so familiar with each other, like these guys fought each other when they were kids, and then Lamont Roach comes into the ring and listen, regardless, like Lamont Roach came in there and he was confident. And I don't think a lot of people believed that he was going to be able to get it done against Tank. People thought that Tank was going to knock him out. Here's the thing though, Tank is actually super skilled. Like, he doesn't throw a lot. When he does, he's extremely accurate, but he does have skill, and what he does is he reels in.
This rematch is about far more than just a win. It's about pride, redemption, and legacy. Gervonta Davis has been outspoken about his frustration with the draw in their previous bout, viewing it as an unfair blemish on his record. The unresolved outcome has only fueled his determination to set the record straight. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach stands by his performance, believing he earned that result through sheer grit and discipline. For him, this rematch is a chance to prove his growth and solidify his place among the sport's elite. With personal stakes at an all-time high, both fighters are entering a showdown charged with emotion and intensity.
Roach throwing his hands fast as hell. He's in the gym preparing. I think the rematch with Roach versus Gervonta can actually be more exciting than the first one. In my opinion, I've said this many times, the actual fight itself wasn't that crazy. The crazy thing is what you've never seen before, the knee. But as far as a boxing match, it was, if you look at the copy box, they didn't throw a lot of punches. It wasn't like, it wasn't really a great fight. But as far as the fight itself, the second one can't, because I think Tank is coming for blood. He's not going to pull his punches at all. I don't think he really did the first time, but I'm not sure how well he prepared or how mentally focused he was. I think you're going to get the very best Tank in a rematch, and you may just get an even better Lamont Roach. Since Lamont Roach don't have to speculate if he's good enough. He fought Tank. He has more confidence now than he did before, and he felt that he was robbed. So he's going to be think the rematch is going to be fun.
Gervonta Davis has always performed well under pressure, but this training camp has revealed a sharper, more focused version of the fighter. He's not just preparing to win, he's aiming to dominate. After Roach exposed defensive flaws in their first bout, Davis has shifted his focus to refining his ring IQ and tightening his defense. While still packing his signature power, he's now emphasizing timing and counters to neutralize Roach's speed and accuracy. The criticism he faced after their draw has only intensified his drive. Every session in camp reflects his mission to reassert dominance and reclaim his status as the division's undisputed force.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They said it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, you gonna go in there confident, think you can walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he gets you on that button, the lights going off. I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin. So yeah, don't go in there thinking that you're going against like somebody that, like Ryan Garcia, somebody that let's go fold. You want against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's going to get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. Confident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore, and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont. It's from the same camp. We from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up. Because you gotta think, Tank not used to losing. He not used to people being against him. He not used to being the one that like gotta step back from a situation. That's why I think he's being hushed right now. Because when he come this time, it ain't no talking. And that's why I think it's scary, because we never see Tank in that mode where he don't say a word. I think this will be a different Tank. And what's crazy is Tank used to be like that in the beginning. Like when he was with Floyd, like when I'm talking about Tank with the fade, with the waves, bro. He ain't used to be on that showboat and stuff until he got like, a little bit.
As Davis trains to reclaim his crown, Lamont Roach is preparing to seize it with calm determination. He approaches the rematch with a clear, measured mindset. Confident but not cocky, respectful yet unshaken. Roach's game plan centers on growth, adaptation, and forward-thinking strategy. He openly recognizes Davis's strengths, but refuses to let them overshadow his own evolution. Displaying maturity beyond his years, Roach prioritizes discipline and patience, making it clear he's not banking on past success. Instead, he's relying on complete, focused preparation. This mindset makes him a more composed, intelligent, and dangerous opponent than the one Davis previously.
Match that you fought. 0. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't give me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gear?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor.
From the moment Lamont Roach resumed camp, his training has been driven by purpose and intensity. Every movement is deliberate, every round meaningful. Rather than increasing volume, Roach has chosen to focus on precision. His team has carefully simulated Davis's rhythm, pressure, and angles, ensuring he's ready for all situations. Each drill is crafted to sharpen execution, refining footwork, enhancing timing, and reinforcing core fundamentals. This isn't preparation for survival. It's a calculated mission to dominate. Roach's camp reflects a fighter determined to leave no weakness exposed and no moment unaccounted for, signaling his intent to control every aspect of the rematch.
Lamont Roach in training camp, ready for one of the biggest Gervonta take one of the biggest faces. What a
Keyshawn Davis, a rising voice in boxing analysis and a skilled fighter himself, offered an intriguing perspective on the unfolding Davis-Roach rivalry. He believes Gervonta Davis may be grappling with internal doubts that extend beyond physical training. According to Keyshawn, while Davis's talent remains unquestioned, he could be facing a mental plateau, a quiet fading of the hunger and intensity that once defined his dominance. It's not about a lack of ability, but rather passion, drive, and focus. If Keyshawn's assessment holds true, it could lead to subtle lapses in timing, sharpness, or urgency during critical moments of the rematch.
Which version he shows up with. And no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third. So when they had a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, oh, Take's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like Roach is a hell of a fighter. He proved he was a hell of a fighter, so he need to get that credit. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't know who's gonna win that rematch. I honestly feel like.
On the other hand, Lamont Roach is portrayed as a fighter on the rise, confident, focused, and fueled by purpose. Keyshawn Davis views him as a man with everything to gain and nothing to lose, embracing the underdog role with fierce determination. This stark contrast turns the rematch into more than just a physical showdown. It becomes a psychological war. Will Gervonta Davis reignite the fire that once made him elite, or will Roach's momentum and mental clarity tip the scales? Keyshawn's perspective highlights how, at the highest level, mindset can be just as decisive as skill or conditioning.
Well, he lost the love for the sport, and he's no longer hungry anymore.
Well, that's what I was getting.
Yet you got a guy that's just super hungry and never had no attention, now getting all this attention, and now you get around two of this attention. It's like shit, that's kind of hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Tank is he's still a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. And to your point, we were saying, okay, he lost love of the sport. I don't really think Canelo got the same love he had for the sport when he was coming up.
Conversations with Lamont Roach's inner circle reveal the deep strategic planning behind his rematch preparation. His father, a key figure throughout his boxing journey, noted that Gervonta Davis approached their first fight with calculated caution. According to him, this wasn't driven by fear but by strategy. Davis recognized Roach's unpredictable style and adaptability, prompting a more reserved approach. Roach's team believes this initial hesitancy gave them a crucial psychological edge, one they now intend to expand upon. They suggest that external industry pressures may have played a role in pushing the first fight forward, possibly before Davis felt fully prepared. This layer of behind-the-scenes influence adds an intriguing political element to the rematch. For Roach's camp, the original bout wasn't just a fight. It was the beginning of a larger plan. Their current strategy is focused on exploiting Davis's prior hesitation, applying pressure early, and dictating the pace from the opening bell. Confident in the mental groundwork laid during the first meeting, Roach's team sees the rematch not as a fresh start, but as the continuation of a campaign they believe is already unfolding in their favor, both in and out of the ring.
You gonna see the difference. I mean, I believe we want to fight. Nobody can tell us different. The majority of the world believe we want to fight. So you gonna see. Both of them gonna raise their level. Both of them. So yeah, they're gonna make for a greater fight. But
still, no way neither of them are gonna knock each other out. It's gonna go the distance.
Legacy stands at the heart of Lamont Roach's mission. This fight isn't just another payday or a fleeting shot at the spotlight. It's his chance to etch his name into boxing history. A victory over Gervonta Davis would mark Roach's ascent to the sport's elite, announcing the emergence of a refined, dangerous contender. He's been clear: respect must be earned through action, not hype. Every aspect of his preparation, from diet to sparring partners to how he handles media, has been purposefully aligned with this vision. Roach isn't just chasing a win. He's pursuing a defining moment that will shape his legacy forever.
So the Tank Davis vs. Lamont Roach rematch is being targeted for June 21st in Las Vegas. Now it's good that they're running it back without wasting any time because Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. I mean, I thought he outboxed Tank the last time around. He came up a division as a gigantic 10-1 underdog. He was the one on the front foot, landing his jab, body shots, the combinations, throwing a lot more volume. I had a 7-5 Roach, and the no knockdown in round 9 was the reason it was a draw. If that knockdown was scored, that would have been a decision for Roach. But with all that being said, I do like Tank a lot more in the rematch. I thought he fought way too much on the back foot in the first fight, especially the first few rounds. He would land 1 or 2 punches per round. But as he started becoming the aggressor in the later rounds, he kept landing a lot more left hands and body shots. So Tank just needs to make this a dogfight, get into more exchanges, and that's where he'll land a lot more punches on Roach. When he's sitting on the back foot waiting for a counter, that's where Roach is comfortable and winning most of the rounds. So if Tank can fight the same way he did against Ryan Garcia, rounds 3 to 7, against Mario Barrios in the later rounds, or Frank Martin rounds 4 to 8, if he's the one on the front foot, then I do think he'll stop Roach in the rematch.
That's all for today. Stay tuned.